I'm Truman Bradley, speaking for your local Chrysler dealer. And tonight I have a real challenge for you because we believe that 15 minutes here can change 15 years of car buying habits. And that's especially true if you now drive one of the two major competitive cars in Chrysler's price class. In fact, every day more and more folks just like you are making the big switch to the exciting new 56 Chrysler. But let's spend a Saturday morning with the owners of this sleek new power style Chrysler, and I'll show you some of the reasons why. Notice how your neighbors look with admiration as you drive out in your new Chrysler. And no wonder, from the rakish flare of its new flight-swept rear fenders right up to its bold but elegant new front styling, the new power style Chrysler emphasizes the forward look of power in motion.
Looks like it's still moving, even when it stops.
Some design.
And now let's go with the missus for the Saturday shopping. Well, here's a young man who's mighty impressed.
Wow, another new Chrysler. That rear end looks just like a jet plane.
He knows what he's talking about. The Chrysler engineers have adapted the most modern jet plane designs in this new Chrysler. Everywhere people notice you.
I'll park it for you. Get a real kick out of that push-button driving. What a car.
Well, now you begin to understand some of the reasons why America's most smartly different car is being seen in all the smartest places. But slip behind the wheel of a new power-style Chrysler and get the whole story for yourself. Just be prepared to make the switch to Chrysler, because I promise you, 15 minutes here can change 15 years of habits. Why not stop in at your Chrysler dealers tomorrow? Take the keys and see what driving pleasure really is.
Only Dodge Engineering brings you that new look of lowness, combined with big, wide door openings and stretch-out roominess inside. Only Dodge Engineering brings you seats that swing out to meet you, swing in to seat you. Only Dodge Engineering brings you the ease of push-button torque flight drive, the greatness of torsionnaire ride, the safety of total contact brakes. Folks, only Dodge Engineering know-how brings you so many finer features and exclusive advantages. The handling ease of full-time power steering, the safety and the dependability of total contact brakes, the driving enjoyment of push-button drive, plus the proved economy of the most efficient V8 in America today, winner over all full-size V8s in the 1959 Mobil Gas economy run. So, folks, for more of the things you want in a new car, at less than you'd expect to pay, these are the doors that show the way to the greatest automotive buy today. The doors that lead to a great new 59 Dodge. You see your Dodge dealer. Join the thousands of smart new car drivers today who've discovered for themselves that it pays. Don't it, Doc?
Good evening. I'm John Larkin, speaking for your Kaiser Frazer dealer. Tonight, I'm going to take you back over one of the most thrilling experiences I've ever had. I'm going to show you what happened when we literally tried to tear the Henry J to pieces. We put the Henry J through some of the toughest, roughest tests in the world. The first test we made was down the Buck and Bronco Road. 1 mile of concrete washboard. An endless chain of brutal ruts built to shake the body bolts out of any ordinary car. Now, I'd seen the Henry J take some mighty rough country roads, but never anything like this. She's hitting 15 jolting bumps every single second, and I never would have believed it if I hadn't watched the wheels. Up and down they bounce like rubber balls. And yet, the Henry J's unique spring and frame construction soaked up the shock and gave a smooth, level flight ride. Even a slow motion picture doesn't reveal a single jolt or jounce. And how was the driver enjoying it? Well, he opened the door and I was amazed when I saw the steering wheel. It was perfectly steady, completely under control, no shock, no road wander, no wiggle. Every inch of the way, the Henry J took this Buck and Bronco Road as though it were a smooth, new superhighway. And now that you've seen what I saw, I think you'll agree that the Henry J is one of the world's toughest cars. Next week, I'll tell you about another dramatic test. And remember, the Henry J is the smartest, the thriftiest, full-size car you can buy, with up to 30 to 35 miles a gallon, with monthly payments as low as $49. So tomorrow, go in and see your Kaiser Frazer dealer. Start driving the smart, new Henry J right away.
It's happening now. At Oldsmobile dealerships all over the country. Your Oldsmobile dealer is ready for spring. Set for the wonderful motoring season ahead with a great series of surprise values. You'll be especially interested in Oldsmobile's dollar-saving Dynamic 88, the value buy of this or any year. What's your measure of appeal in a new car? Styling? This Dynamic 88 has it. The high-styled, crisp look of fashion line design. Comfort? Again, the Dynamic 88 measures up with wonderful ease of entry and exit with chair-height seats and deep foam cushioning. Maybe your measure of an automobile is performance. Look no further. This Dynamic 88 is a rocket Oldsmobile with more zing than ever, and you get all that rocket go on regular gas. See your Oldsmobile quality dealer.
In the course of a year's driving, you naturally run into a lot of different road conditions, and not all of them are ideal. For example, here's the kind of driving that we all enjoy. We're on a wide, smooth highway. You're really rolling along with never a bump. But now and then, you're likely to encounter a stretch like this. And believe me, the going can get rough. So, Chrysler Corporation engineers decided to find a way to give you a ride that will be smooth on rough, rutted roads as well as on a boulevard. And here is the secret. This is an Oriflow shock absorber. It was developed by Chrysler Corporation exclusively for Chrysler Corporation cars. And it may look just like an ordinary shock absorber, but it definitely is not. For this unique Oriflow shock absorber is built to absorb more pounding and bouncing on a rough road like this than any other passenger car shock absorber in the industry. The Oriflow shock absorber literally soaks up the bumps, keeping your car level on its course and the ride soft, smooth, and beautifully controlled. We call it the Boulevard Ride. And believe me, that's the right name for it. You get a ride that's as soft and smooth as a feather bed. And here's a tiny tot enjoying to the full the ride of her mother's new Chrysler Corporation car. And there you have it, the smoothest, easiest riding cars on the road today, thanks to the only shock absorbers in the industry that give you a real boulevard ride.
People everywhere, by the thousands, more people than ever before, today are buying Mercury. Yes, everywhere, every day, more and more people are driving this car and buying this car, the 1950 Mercury, and with good reason. For Mercury has demonstrated that it's today's outstanding automobile value. The car that can take it across grinding desert sands and up grueling mountain slopes, and still come out all-time sweepstakes winner in the famous Mobil Gas Grand Canyon Economy Run, America's #1 economy car, Mercury. Mercury, the car that set the pace in this year's Indianapolis Speedway race. It's out ahead of all the rest, out ahead for steady reserves of power. Out ahead for easy driving roadability. Out ahead of the rest for riding comfort. Ahead in all the things that mean a wonderful ride and a wonderful car. Mercury. And a Mercury like this awaits your inspection at your Mercury dealers now. See him. Go for a ride, and you'll go for Mercury.
This man is a comparison shopper. It's his job to visit different stores and check what one is offering against what the others are offering. Let's see what happens when he visits a Ford dealership and compares the 1957 Ford against the other low-priced cars. He's got a list of features to check, and we're sure that what he finds out will interest you as a new car buyer. First, he looks at Ford's heavy one-piece wraparound bumper and makes a note that no other car in the low-price field has this one-piece construction. Now, he checks Ford's lower sloping hood and sees that it's hinged at the front so that it's very unlikely that it would ever unlatch and fly up while you're driving. He makes another note that Ford's windshield pillars are the only ones in the low-price field that slant back like this. You've seen this feature on high-priced cars, but only Ford gives you this advanced styling in the low-price field. Next, he checks Ford's thin center pillars that give every Fairlane and Fairlane 500 sedan the look of a hardtop when the windows are up. Here again, Ford stands alone in its price class. And when he examines Ford's sleek, new rear-end styling, he notices that a Ford doesn't have the high, narrow box look he's seen in some other cars. The tail fins are sculptured and sweep out of the body for a trim, low look. And Ford's tail lights are the largest in its field. And the optional backup lights are built right in, not tacked on like other cars, for a real sleek touch. You'll find most all of these same features in the low-priced Custom and Custom 300 Fords, too, plus features you can get in other cars only if you pay the deluxe model prices. Be a comparison shopper yourself. Check the new kind of Ford against the others. You'll find the '57 Ford gives you more value per dollar than any other car.